So I want to make it very clear to everyone that this right here is a warning. There are 5 balloon flower sculptures from Jeff Koons, and it just so happens that the red one is the one that's on loan in Silverstein Family Park to memorialize the survivors of 9/11. And as I said before, it's a warning not just to the survivors of 9/11, but to everyone to wake up. And I'm going to get back to this scrying and explain. They're not going to tell you they're Satanists. They're showing you. And they're not, like I said, going to come out and say, hey, A, B, C, and D, these are our plans. But they'll tell you in their own coded language, and they'll mock you, and they'll tell you in movies you go to see, you pay to see, which I'm sure gets them excited, and they just keep putting it in front of your face. And if you don't know what to look for, you're oblivious. I never knew. So I want you to see that scrying is an ancient form of divination for the purpose of clairvoyance. Basically, you concentrate on something that's got a shiny surface, and they say that you can see things. You can connect with an astral plane. I read on a different site. And before mirrors were created, they used water. And I can show you. Reflective, translucent, luminescent substances. Nostradamus used he used to look into a bowl of water to see, he'd get into a trance and he would see his magic mirror, his bowl of water, magic mirror. I also found there's reference to this in Lord of the Rings with the Palantir stone. Probably saying it wrong. And here's some images. Okay. Okay. So there's this woman on eBay, and I just want you to see this. It's a powerful psychic tool. It can bring the user hidden knowledge and clairvoyant ability, can act as a portal to other planes of existence. Scrying is the ancient art of clairvoyance achieved by concentrating on an object, usually with one with a reflective surface, until visions appear. The use of a black mirror is one of the best methods of achieving this state of mind required for entering trance and for scrying work. It acts as a focal point for visualization, but can also become a doorway into the astral plane. It allows communication with higher realms and the subconscious. You can use it to contact spirit guides, access knowledge, for healing and self-improvement, as a magical transmitter and receiver, for divining the past, present, and future, as a portal to the astral plane, for shamanic journeying, for ritual invocation and evocation, and to improve visualization skills. These are all things that you're not supposed to be doing according to the Bible. And I'm just pointing that out. I'm not trying to preach to anyone. But what I want to say about this is, if the 9/11 memorials, those reflection pools, are giant scrying pools, I just think it's a very sad thing that you're not allowed to be a Christian and say you believe in Christ, but they're allowed to put up their satanic stuff. And you have no say in it, and you don't even really know what it is. So moving on, something I wanted to point out. Okay. Balloon flower red has been on extended loan at 7 World Trade Center since 2007, when it was installed in the middle of a fountain in the small triangular park where West Broadway and Greenwich Street converge at the entrance to the PATH train station. And there are 5 balloon flower sculptures in total, but this is the one in the triangular park unveiled by Larry Silverstein to memorialize survivors of 9/11. I know I've said that like 4 times now, but I'm just trying to get you to understand that red is the color of warning and war. And then there's the 99 Red Balloons song that kind of, you know, when you see the videos, I'll start pointing out some other things, some occult symbolism and some in-your-face stuff that just corroborates what Jonathan Kleck uncovered about the new pictures on the newer bills, and he decrypted the other bills with all of the false flag events. It corroborates that there's going to be a nuclear event and then a tidal wave of something's going to cause a tidal wave. So I don't know if a nuke is going to come from the ocean, above the ocean, something's going to hit the sea. I don't know. I'm just saying. He's not the only person that sees it. Nania is not the only person that sees it, and her dreams and visions have that this is what she's seen. She's seen this sculpture. She didn't even know what it was. She basically, you know, had some visions and documented them, and people who followed her, her subs, were like, hey, and she said, uh-oh, that's what it is. So, and that's all in the playlist. And as for Jonathan's decrypting of the money, I found what few videos are left that weren't deleted from his site, from whoever hacked his site, or if it was YouTube, I'm not sure. But it's important for you to go see. And I don't know. That's one more thing. And these are just images I want to show you before I move on to the videos. I just felt it was important to restate some of this. That these 9/11 was the towers coming down, the Pentagon. Those people were originally sacrificed to further along the agenda. And, you know, there's just an overwhelming amount of evidence that says something shady went on, whether you know exactly who it is or who it isn't. It's just, you have to look at what has happened since, who's benefited, what's really become of it. Supposedly Syrians attacked us. Well, you know, so we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, and we got our pipeline built, and Saddam's now out of power, and supposedly we got Osama bin Laden, and on and on and on. And go listen to Aaron Russo and what he has to say about that, also in the playlist. Go listen to Bill Cooper, who predicted 9/11. He didn't say the towers were going to come down by planes, but go and listen to it. You'll see. He knew. And he didn't make it a couple months after, before, you know, he was shot dead on his front lawn. And they say, and he, you know, he said it's 2 different stories, but he was exposing truth and exposing lies. So he was telling it like it was, and nobody liked that. So of course, when 9/11 came to pass, he had to be gone. And that's all I'll say on that.